once we understand our oneness as well with everyone, we start to lose the feeling of mortality as well. Okay? Because we are inside each other. Okay? Our DNA is inside each other. And our DNA is also carried in the light around us. Again, just like Alan Watts says, we are a whirlpool of energy that will disappear and will just pop up and whirlpool again somewhere else. And just as we looked at the astrology before, that astrological spiritual fingerprint, that signal, will just occur somewhere else on the planet and we can just pop up again. Okay? So much of what we are is not our body. We are a signal. We are just light that is traversing through the human body. We are the universe experiencing itself through human bodies. We're like Bruce Lipton says a really cool little thing. We're like Mars rovers, right? The Mars rover is sending signals back to Earth, and the guy controlling it, right? It's like someone's put these with the bodies of the Mars rover, and we're the signal. We're the signal that's coming from somewhere else to that galactic source. And we're here in this body having these cool experiences, and we're sending the signal back to the source going, hey, this is cool. Come down, right? And then we'll just go back, and then they'll go, oh, okay, that body ran out of battery, we'll shoot into another one. What colour do you want? You know? It's an amazing thing. The more you delve into these things, fractal geometry, holography, quantum physics, all these sorts of effects, the more you realise that we're just here to play. We're here to have a good time. We're here to let things go. We're here to feel really good. And the more you tune in to the fact that you're a part of the universe, you're part of the total picture, the more you can tune into the divine nature of the universe. And I think I mentioned this in the last workshop, but I'll mention it again, we've got some new people here, is that the essential energy of the universe is playful. Okay? It's to sing and dance while the music's being played. Okay? We're not thinking about getting to the end of something. We're kind of in this world where we're constantly schooled to try and get to the end of everything. You start, kindergarten, and soon you're going to finish kindergarten, and you're going to get to primary school. You start primary school, and soon you're going to get to, grade 7 and grade 8 and grade 9, and soon you're going to go to intermediate. And when you finish intermediate, you're going to go to high school, and we're constantly talking about the next thing. We're telling these kids, it's going to be the next thing, and it's going to be the next thing, and then you're going to go to university, and then you're going to try to decide to get a double degree, and then you're going to go and get an amazing job selling insurance for some awful company.
Life insurance.
Selling life insurance. But then, it's going to be great because you're going to retire at some point, or it's going to be great because your kids are finally going to leave home and they're finally going to be able to relax. And you get to this kind of age, 40 or 50 years old, and you kind of go, it's like there's a big joke. It's like a big joke, no one told you. You're constantly trying to get to the next thing. You're constantly living in the future. You're constantly perceiving this point where you're going to chill out. Oh yeah, in 10 years I'm going to chill out because I'm going to pay off the house. Right? We're constantly told to keep looking ahead to that moment. And we get to that moment and we realise the song's not playing anymore. That song that was playing back when we were 10 years old, when we were supposed to be singing and dancing while the music was playing, has already finished. And this is the whole idea of the universe, is to be in this present moment. Because that past, those traumas in the past, that's a wave of possibilities. That's not even real. And that future, that thing, trying to get to retirement, trying to get the kids to leave home, trying to finish primary school, those are waves of possibilities. Everything except this present moment is a wave of possibilities. So why not be in the present moment where the song's playing? And you're not trying to get to the end of the song. If we're all trying to get to the best end of the song, then the best composers would be the ones writing finales. This would be a big crash, right? If we're trying to get to the end of the dance, it'd be like that. We're dancing around. At the end of the dance, I want to be just over there in the ballroom. It's not about where you're going to get in the ballroom. It's about being in the dance in that very moment, about being in that moment, not thinking about the end of the dance, the end of the song. What's your favourite song? When you think about your favourite song, do you think about the end of it? No, you just think about being in it. That's the sort of thing. And that's the basic nature of the universe. And once you tune into that basic nature of the universe, of being in the now and experiencing the oneness with everyone else around you, that's when things get really, really cool. And the easiest way to experience that is synchronicity. Synchronicity is the universe telling you that you are coming into alignment with that basic, playful, joyful, dance-like nature of the universe. And once we come into synchronicity, we can start to go then into the synchronicity cascades, where the synchronicities lead to the next one, lead to the next one, lead to the next one. And the main thing that leads us to synchronicity is our intuition. If your intuition, your spirit, your soul, your mind, your body, whatever you want to call it, tells you to do something, if you wake up one day and something says, go to Uganda, go to Uganda. Okay? If you wake up one day and something in your body says, you're going to fast today, or just eat fruit today, stay home today, don't get in the car today, pick up that book, read chapter 5, do it. These sorts of signals are ourselves telling ourselves how to come into alignment with the universe. It's a very special thing. And the best way to get there as well, the first step I really feel is food choices. Becoming more clear, becoming more sensitive, and becoming more aware of the fact that our body is able to access anything you want, any information you want. Cool. That's a tricky one to draw because it's a very multi-dimensional reality in the body. And I find it a lot with people who just are constantly saying they're going to do things for their own self-gratification and are creating more and more blockages in their body because they are saying one thing and doing another. And you'll see it in people who do this, and they're creating more and more. My Kung Fu teacher's right. Lying and dishonesty is actually extreme violence. And violence in the sense, if you look at violence in disharmony, creating conflict in the body and in your reality. So this is why doing and saying the same thing are very, very important. Okay? Bringing these into complete alignment. And if you say you're going to do something, and this is going to affect people, and then you don't do it, to take ownership for the fact that you said it, and to apologize, and to really take this on board, and to really help yourself and help your community in this way, to really be careful about what you say. Because when you say something, you're sending a lot of messages to your body and to the universe. And being truthful is essentially working with that basic nature of the universe as well. Yeah. It's not very playful and loving to be non-truthful.
So in that case, when, for instance, you said to somebody, okay, I'll do this in the future, and then in the meantime your intuition then goes, go there, go to India, go to wherever, and then that means that now in the future you're not going to be able to fulfill on your promise.
Mm-hmm. Right. So well, you need to take complete ownership for that and make a decision, because straight away your actions are going to affect another person, especially if they're counting on you. And the best way to do that is to be in complete disclosure, right? Hey, I've just had this intuition that's telling me to do this. I'm really sorry. How does that make you feel? Are you comfortable if we do this another time? Or do you think I should... You need to, because that could be a really important thing for that person. It's like if you could donate a kidney or something like that. You know, you need to really get onto the level of what is the right thing to do. And sometimes the honourable thing to really do is if that person is actually counting on you in a really, really big way and it's going to create a negative or traumatic experience for them, is to realise that we're all one. And if you're going to create that negativity for them, you're going to create that negativity for yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a tricky one. Yeah. Especially what I find more and more as well, you must experience your own creation. That's one of the kind of universal laws in Aboriginal Dreamtime healing. If you're going to experience your own creation, if you're going to say something, if I say, hey, I'm going to give you my car, I don't want it, and you're like, yes, and then tomorrow I say, I changed my mind, how that made you feel and having that done to you is something now I must experience upon myself. Okay? And this is the idea with Michael Newton's stuff with reincarnation, is when people they do something negative in their lifestyle, they're really horrible to their partner, and they come in between lives, their soul guide's like, what did you do? And it's like, oh yeah, I was a bad guy. And they're like, okay, well cool. Well, we can get that done, we can get that out of the way real quick. We're going to reincarnate you, and you're going to have a really sick wife, and you're going to decide to take care of her for 30 years. And then when that's done, you're back to point zero, you don't have to experience it again. And one of the problems that happens with when people reincarnate, through this research, they might choose something that's too difficult. And they're like, oh, this is too difficult. They don't look after their wife, or they kill themselves. And then they come back to their soul guide and be like, oh, sorry, I stuffed it up, it was too hard. Can we spread that karma out over 2 lifetimes? Because I couldn't handle that. This sort of thing. So when you look at trauma in that way, and we look at the way we set up things for ourselves, that we actually chose it as a team, with our soul group too. And this is the whole interesting thing, is where we kind of get together in these kind of groups in between lives and go, what do you do, what do you do, what do you do, what do you think we should do, what's next? And you choose these experiences to create more balance, so we can get out of this, basically this trap, this whole idea of the trap of incarnation, that we're trapped in to alleviate these karmic laws until we come to a place of 0 point innocence, where we don't have to reincarnate into a human body if we don't want to. You can choose to help other people, or you can stay in this kind of soul realm, so they call it, to actually become a soul guide and help other people through this process and help teach. And that's a very interesting body of about 4 books of work based on hypnotic regressions, where you would take people up to the moment of death and then go take them deeper and then find out what happened next. That's all it's based on, it's interviews.
What was this guy's name?
Dr. Michael Newton, and the first book's called Soul Journey. Yeah, he's still around.